continues. I like that one for Psychonautic. Bring it in there. The grind continues. But I'm joined here. I'm Rockerman, joined by Cook and Bagels. Bagels, what's going on, my guy?
I unfortunately lost my series in
Oh, twins.
disastrous fashion earlier.
Oh no.
Um, but hey, you know what? The stock market's going up.
No. It just crashed. They
No,
just
I'm still up.
crashed.
I'm still up. I'm
Oh, you're
still up.
up. Okay, I was gonna
I'm
say
up.
they everything just went down. It just crashed. But
I'm still up.
okay, you're up. That's good. That's one way. That's one way to look at it. That is one way to look at it. Well, hopefully the stocks are up here for these teams. I know Gravity's stock is up. They've been on a tear this season. A lot of hype for them. They are 3-0 coming into this one, and then Inferno they're 2-1. They're 2-1 coming into this matchup with some interesting look. It's a lot looking like the old Nebula from last season.
Yeah, definitely. Gravity stock certainly up. I think there was like what 40,000 points on them or something like
They're
that a second ago.
Yeah, they're right now there's 38,000 channel points, all from Liquid Skies on Gravity. Luis Bag is with 8K. You guys can get your predictions in right up until the series starts. So get your channel point predictions in. You can win some more channel points. But yeah, the stock is up there too.
Yeah, Inferno, similar to Nebula, like you were saying last season, and they had Shubik for the first game. Actually, played pretty well against the Grandmasters, and then they decided to drop him and pick up the mechanical guy, It's Arrow, and have since beat my team. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play on that day because of the servers, but I mean, this is a heavyweight matchup right here. Honestly, I think this is what the grand finals matchup should have been if Pinnacle didn't squeak by in that Game 7
Hmm.
victory in last season's playoffs.
Squeak by, but they won Bagels. They won it
I,
all.
they squeaked by gravity. That's all I'm
they
saying.
they did. Gravity is a really good team, and they're back. They looked good. They took down Pinnacle. Saturday Night Rocket League. I'm blanking on the score. I think
It
was
was
it
a
game
three to
five?
two, 3-2.
It was game five. I knew it was close. I knew it was a close one. But yeah, Gravity, they took down Pinnacle, defending champions. Inferno still looking good on this one as well. Bagels, Bagels, who you investing in tonight? Who you got in this one?
I was actually just gonna put points in right now.
You- you-
I'm going with gravity. I think it's gonna be close. This is another competitive matchup. I foresee this being a semi-finals matchup in the playoffs this season, perhaps, or maybe even grand finals, depending on the bracket works out. But I mean, gravity and Inferno are definitely in my top four for Titan right now at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have to see. You guys get your predictions in, get those channel points in right now. They're looking good. We're gonna get these guys joined on up here, so I'm gonna end the submissions once we get this thing started. But yeah, at the moment, we have 58,000 on the line from everybody in this one. So a lot of channel points. 41K on Gravity, 16K on Inferno. So Gravity has the edge from the fans at the moment. So we'll have to see if they can pull it off here. As I think we're gonna get them joined up head into this one. But yeah, should be a good one. Look at the rosters here. When we get these guys joined up, we have Ween, Els, and Arrow. Obviously, Ween and Els returning from season 3. The Nebula who made it to the grand finals. And then looking over at Gravity, we have Dylan, Goff, and Yor. So definitely some solid competitors out in this one, Bagels.
Yeah, I mean, basically the gravity roster is staying exactly the same, and Wiener and Els they changed teams, but didn't necessarily change rosters. And then actually able to arguably pick up a better third in Arrow over Ventus. So, I mean, this could be a new team. I didn't get to play with them with Arrow on the other team, so I'm not exactly sure how the chemistry all works. But Els and Wiener are definitely a solid team in tournaments outside of Nemesis. And Gravity, they got that college connection with Dylan and Goff. As off the
Oh,
kickoff, what's gonna sneak in? And there's Goof putting it in.
Goof with the kickoff goal here. Not really sure. Ween just a bad kickoff, and Goof just takes it in, otherwise known as golf. And that is one way to start it off there, Bengals.
Yeah, definitely. Just a slight misflip right there. Luckily, they had a better one there to finish off the second one. But yeah, I mean, both these teams have a dynamic duo between Dylan and Goff, and Wiener and Els is now another opportunity. You're straight off the crossbar, but I think we're definitely gonna have to see more than game one to figure out how these two teams are gonna play.
There definitely wills. We saw Arrow, who, like you said, just recently got added. He's looking for Ween. Ween was pre-jumping the pass from Arrow, so might be some early trust coming out in this one as L's now. Gonna send this one out. We're gonna take a follow. Sits into the gravity zone. Pass right across, but nobody there. Goof just gonna send it down. Arrow to the ceiling. We know he has some mechanics. Looking to follow with this one. Looking for another touch. Oh my goodness, almost puts it in. Dylan with the save. Goff with another one. But there you see the mechanics coming out from Arrow and putting it, threatening his Ween is just throwing it towards his own net for whatever reason. But so far, able to hold on.
Yeah, Wiener almost doubling into his own goal, but kind of a desperation touch as he was in a 1v3, so he had to pull out any touch he could. But ever since then, that counterattack, that missed opportunity from Arrow, Inferno has been on the back foot, but finally able to break out now. But early pressure as Gravity's looking to start it off strong here for this game one.
I think something to note about this Gravity team that we saw on Saturday night is they can get shots. They can just pound the back of the net. Already 4 in this one, barely a minute and a half in. When they get their shots going, they can be dangerous to stop here as Goff going to send this one down towards the back wall. Wiener way up high there. Awkward ball as this one coming out the middle. Goff just going to take the shot. He's going to put it on and put it home. And that is a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great clear coming out from Gravity, but honestly, Ween should have made a better clear attempt to try and shovel that into one of the two corners, and he just ended up dishing it straight back out in front of the orange box, and Gravity would happily take the shot right there as Goff getting another one.
And now Arrow trying to start some offense back on this one. Able to get a clear up by Goff, just harassing Els in the air. But L's still going to make a nice touch. And now Arrow over the top of one. Ween going for the fake. Gets it by Goff. Can he put it by Yor? Almost. Yor just patient enough to get that touch as he tries to get it out in the midfield. But L's, he's there on the catch. Goff trying to take it low. L's with the 50. This one popped up high towards net. Yor, awkward position. Dylan going to have to bail him out. And a couple of shots. And Bagels, there's another one where a shot towards the net, and it seems like Inferno kind of has these soft touches as Yor. What a great save. They're able to put it away. And again, I was about to say is Inferno seems to be getting these shots, but they're just towards the net, but not really threatening enough to go in.
Yeah, definitely the chemistry not there as all 3 Inferno players stuck in the net as another poor clear straight off the backboard, and net open again. Yor with the banger, and they're going to get punished again on these counterattacks and poor clears.
Yeah, it looks like Ween. Oh, he gets a little clip there, and as the bump comes through, and nothing he can really do there as he was the last man back, and that was just a good bump, able to set it up, and it's 3-0 now.
Yeah, I mean, and Inferno, they're battling Gravity with these shots. It's only a deficit of 1, 7-6, but the quality of shots isn't there in Gravity. They're coming up big with these saves, and I mean, after only playing the Gravity roster once last season, being in the opposite conference, I'm not even sure. I can't even pinpoint what makes this roster so great. It's just, they're just so solid. The mechanics aren't spectacular. It's just the positioning and the quality of their shots and touches, and they're looking super good right now. In Inferno, they got a little time left to work with, but this one might be wraps.
Yeah, only a minute 30. We'll have to see what they can do, but I want to go back on your point there. I think what makes these guys so solid has got to be their chemistry, and kind of like you said, they're so solid. These guys have played with each other for a long time. It's a shot coming in from Els off the pass, and speaking of chemistry, Ween and Els, that's a duo we see.
Yeah, good pass up. Goff sitting all the way back. He has 100 boost, but just the speed of the shot too good, and top shelf as well. And good counterattack coming out from Inferno. Could be a start with just a minute and change left.
Maybe the caster's curse coming out a little bit there as first goal going in. Now there's a chance here for Inferno. We'll have to see if they can put something back as Arrow gonna get it by 2 defenders, looking to stay with it off the corner, looking for Deween to the middle for Els, but Dylan's gonna beat him out, and Arrow not going to get back the counterattack from Dylan. He sends it home, and a 4-1 lead now.
Yeah, I honestly thought Inferno might be able to pull that off. They were so clustered together, and they got 2 consecutive touches past the 2 Gravity players, and Els, it was just one speedy 50 after the other, and Els just couldn't make it in time for the 3rd challenge. And as the open net for Gravity again.
And now Inferno really going to try to find something here. The last 50 seconds of game one. Otherwise, Gravity is going to be heading up with a 1-0 lead as Dylan can't make that touch. Inferno just diving on this one, trying to desperately get anything. But Goff just going to clear it around one. Els looking to send it back. Yor beat by Arrow, who's looking for the read off the corner. Can't find this one. As Dylan taking his time, going to get it up high. And only 30 seconds remaining. And not really much Inferno can do here except hope to get at least one. This one's sent down towards the net. Off the sidewall, though. Not going to go in final 15 seconds. And yeah, Bagels, like you said, this one pretty much under wraps here in the final 10 seconds. And they'll have to be, Inferno's going to have to look for game number 2.
Yeah, definitely. But still, the shot margin's actually tied. It's just, I think Inferno's defense just wasn't up to snuff here for game 1. A few poor clears, one from Arrow, one from Wiener, and that kind of just led to those easy counterattacks. And by the time the poor clear came out, the defense was in shambles. I mean, I think Els actually put his controller down because he was like, "Where is everybody?" at one point. And Goff starting it off with that kickoff goal, just too hard to mount that comeback, I guess.
Yeah, a tough one there for Inferno, but you know, like you said, I think if there's one thing to hang their heads on here for Inferno is that they were able to get the shots up, and you know, when you can keep pace with Gravity with the shots, usually that's a good sign for you in this one. But yeah, Bagels, how do you think they're going to be able to get better quality shots? That was kind of what they were lacking. They had the shot quantity, but they need the quality. How do you think you'd go about doing that?
I think just their transitions out of defense. We saw that one good pass play coming between Els and Wiener, putting it straight top shelf, dead center of the net. And I think that was just one of those periods in the game where they had solid defense. And when you have solid defense, you're able to transition out of defense a little bit more efficiently. And most of the time when they were getting on the defense, it was a one-man push because everybody was looking for boost, and they just got to work on these transitions together as a team. And if they clean up those clears, that's a good way to start right there.
Definitely, we'll have to see. They did struggle quite a bit. I know you talked about the mistake earlier from Ween, kind of cost some bad clear from Arrow. So if they can get some clears here, maybe transition onto Gravity. That's where Gravity can be weak, from what I've seen, is on those counterattacks. So we'll have to see if Inferno can take advantage as Els. Blocked in the middle by Yor. And Dylan now going to send this one down, trying to make something happen there, but he's going to get demoed off the map as Goff popping this one up high. Ween off the backboard, awkward, but he's going to get a good touch, a good clear. And Arrow with the redirect towards the open net, and he's going to put it in. Nice read. And Inferno started out with the first goal.
And that's what I was just talking about. We got to get these transitions out for Inferno, and that's a very similar goal to how they scored in game 1. If they can just get those clears to each other and honestly just beat the final defender for Gravity, that's what they got to do on these counterattacks.
And a great counterattack there. And we'll have to see if they have a couple more of those. And now what they can do with the lead is another shot towards net. It's going to be dangerous, and it's going to be in. Ween just going to send it home, and Gravity just seem to be a little bit overcommitted on both these goals.
Yeah, a little misjudgment there from Goff, pushing up too far. And I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking. Wiener had the ball only to himself, and Goff pushing up a little bit too far, and he didn't really have a lot of boost, so I'm not sure what he was going to be jumping for. But a lapse in judgment is going to cost them another goal, and now Inferno sitting at an early lead of 2-0. Although they could get a counterattack here, Wiener able to get back in time.
And now 2-0 Inferno. Already doubling their goals from last game here. As Els sending it down, looking for another one. But Yor to the corner. Dylan going to clear it out. Ween looking for a shot, but this one's blocked in midfield. Dylan trying to get to it, but that one just going towards the net. Goff has to race back barely in time. As now he's on the dribble, looking to get it by Arrow. Going to find the 50. Yor looking for Goff maybe, but Ween's just going to get a nice clear out in the midfield. As Dylan high off the backboard. Els, he's patrolling up there, but he can't find the touches. This one out in the midfield. Arrow going to get it, but it's right to Dylan, who's going to take the shot and then put it in. Nice shot from him, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, I mean, you actually said it was a good clear, but I'm arguing that it wasn't the greatest one because it just went high off the ceiling, and that allowed Goff to just keep the pressure, or Dylan, excuse me, to bang that one off the ceiling. And one after the other, the Inferno players went to the backboard, but the real play was on the ground, and they just couldn't get there in time.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you after seeing what happened in the next couple seconds there. Ween still struggling a little bit with those clears, and he was one of those clears though. The first goal they got did result in a goal, but it seemed like a couple times Bagels when he doesn't get a good clear, it seems like it's resulting in a counterattack goal.
I mean, when you have two teams this solid, one misplay is the difference here. As there's one there coming out from Ween again, just missing the ball, and this is going to allow Gravity to get back on offense.
No.
And LZ finds the touch, but he's not a good enough one. And once again, the common denominator is Wiener can't find the touch in the midfield, and Arrow couldn't find one either. And L's trying to make the desperation save.
He actually got credit. He got credit for that save, but instead just slowed it right on net there. And now Gravity just coming right back in this one. 2 quick goals. And they're looking to regain their lead as Ween trying to pass it up, but not going to go this time. Arrow to the corner. Looking for some offense here. Looking for a shot, but a little bit too wide. Is Dylan trying to get in the way of Ween. Yor to Goff to Dylan. Going to set this one up high off the ceiling towards the net, but Arrow going to make a nice touch. Is this one off to the corner. Yor into the midfield. Up. A nice pass up to Arrow. Can't connect this time. As Els and Arrow going to let Dylan just play that one into their half. Dylan trying to get it down, but can't. This one going up high. Goff, dunked by Arrow. Inferno has an opportunity here. Gravity kind of scrambling here. Yor has to get the touch, and Els is going to wipe off 2 defenders into one. That was a nice double demo, but good on Goff there to get some pressure back, and it's going to stay all tied up.
Yeah, so somehow Gravity able to escape that opportunity, but once again, Inferno looking to be a little bit disorganized as it's coming back to that defense. If they can't get the solid touch on defense they're looking for, their offense is faltering because of it, and they're just not in the right spots. Although, to be fair, both teams struggling in the shot department for this game too. 4 for Gravity and 3 for Inferno.
Yeah, they were really racking them up last game, and still a minute 30 to do so here in game number 2. We'll have to see as Goff gonna send this one down. Els to the corner as he's gonna try to stay with it. Dylan just harassing though. As York can't make the touch, leaving Goff all by himself. Ween trying to get to it. You're gonna get it by 1, gonna get it by 2, and he's gonna put it in. Ween again beating the last 2 defenders.
That was actually a pretty solid dribble. The fake coming out from Wiener, I think they thought he had boost, and once again, Goff positioning himself too far up front in front of that Gravity box right there. And that's costing him 2 goals in this game, so he's going to be kicking himself, but nonetheless a good dribble and realization from Wiener on the spacing.
Yeah, the couple, again, it's the overcommits, like you said there. They're really coming back to punish Gravity in this game too, as Inferno looking to tie this one up, but might have an opportunity here. Yor, he's by 1, gonna flick it by 2, looking for a teammate, but can't. And Dylan with the angle to Yor, who's gonna tie it right back up. Just clinical from Gravity.
Yeah, just the speed coming out, beating everybody else, kind of with the panic jump, maybe thinking it was going to be put on net initially, and just completely in shambles was the defense for Inferno. And a little bit of a lucky bounce off that sidewall that it didn't bounce straight up above the crossbar. It went straight out to Dylan to put that one away. And now we're sitting at 3-3 in a battle that could be headed to overtime.
Yeah, only 30 seconds remaining. Next goal might just end up winning this one is Dylan. He's trying to get one through. Els trying to be patient. Arrow and Els right in the same spot as this one off the backboard. Dangerous ball out of the midfield, but Els, he's going to find the touch and the boost. As now he's got an opportunity, but an awkward ball. Going to force him to the corner, trying to get it around the defense, but he's there. This one out of the midfield. Goff going to send it down. Final 10 seconds now. Ween trying to look out for Arrow, but out really far away from him. As now Ween to the midfield. Dangerous ball here as Dylan. The net is wide open. Can he capitalize though? Gonna look to pop it up. Kills it right in front of the net. And it's gonna go to the ground. That was almost way too close for Inferno.
That was such a risky series of events for Inferno. I mean, they tried 2 risky pass plays in a row in the final seconds, but it almost works out from an overtime. But that was just so risky to do in the final seconds. They're so lucky they didn't get scored on.
Yeah, Els was super up in the middle of the field as the net's open. Goff can't hit it. Another huge mistake. A wide open net. Again, Goff might even be kicking himself a couple more times, Bagels.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, the 2 factors for this game, too, have been Wiener's offense and the poor clears coming out from Inferno, and unfortunately, Goff on defense. And unfortunately for him, again, on offense right there, he had opportunity to remedy all his mistakes. But now it's going to have to come down to another play.
Who's going to be able to make it? That's what we have to find out. And there might be a little bit of pressure on Goff. I know he's typing in the chat about saying Skies don't put all the pressure on me. Liquid Skies bet 38,000 channel points on Gravity. So I think as that one could be saved away, Goff may be feeling a little bit of the pressure. As Arrow just got a wide open net. He's in bottom right, and Inferno is going to take this one in OT.
Yeah, that was a great save coming out from Els, avoiding the Gravity player charging in at him, scraping by to send that one out, and then again the transitions for Inferno proving to be productive right there. And again, a little bit of an overcommit. The story at the moment is Gravity's overcommitting on offense, and if Inferno can get these transitions off.
Yeah, Inferno able to take this one and tie it up. And now all knotted up at 1 in this series. Good performances, despite everything that we said, Bagels, and Wien was still able to lead the way for Inferno, grabbing the MVP, 2 goals, 2 assists, adding a save on as well. So he didn't actually perform too bad for the couple mistakes that were made. But I feel like, kind of like you said, once it gets a Titan League, a lot of these little mistakes, especially with 2 really solid teams, they get pretty magnified in this one.
Yeah, I mean, very rarely do you see a blatant mistake, although we did see 1 or 2 there from Goff, which were just kind of mind-boggling to see from him. But the micro mistakes at this level is what gets you the goals, and 1 bad 50, 1 bad positioning as Arrow's going to take it all the way.
It's Arrow going out in the air. He's known to be a mechanical player. He's going to put it by the last defender. A nice one there, able to send it home. And Inferno coming right back, just like they did in Game 2 with the first goal.
Yeah, I think there's been a kickoff goal in every game to start it off. And now here's another opportunity for Gravity on the other side. And, just 2 kickoff goals to start Game 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird couple bumps right there as the net's just wide open. Dylan with a great pass from Goff, able to send it home. Yeah, the kickoff goals, I think you're exactly right. 3 games, 3 kickoff goals. I guess add a 4th one there. All tied at 1. So these guys are getting their kickoffs going. It might be another one here as Wien is trying to put it in, but he can't. Arrow can't connect. That one almost going to go in. That would have been something to see another kickoff goal here. We're only 20 seconds in, and these teams are coming at this one. Is Arrow, he's dangerous in front of the net, but L's going to bail him out.
Yeah, and honestly, that could have very well been another goal for Inferno. Arrow kind of trying to pounce on that ball a little bit too early. But I think we have some sort of nature of play going on right now that's going to keep this balanced for a second, as both teams kind of settling in to actually play Game 3 instead of deciding to only go for kickoff goals.
Yeah, they're starting to get into it a little bit here as we approach the 1 minute mark of this game. This ball across Dylan, looking to set something up. Yor a little bit too far away as L's going to get the catch. Yor off the backboard now. Going to send it down. L's with a touch. He's got 1 defender to beat. If he can set it towards the net, it's up and across, but nobody there on that one. Might have been a little bit too dangerous. As Goff to Dylan, trying to find the touch, but not a great one as Wien can actually bait out his teammate there. But somehow it's going to work out as they've got a 2-on-1, but Dylan just a little bit quicker this time. It's now Goff taking it up, trying to get it towards the backboard, can't find the flip. Yor into the corner looking for a teammate. Els, he's on it, gonna get it by 1, all by himself though. Not much to do there as that one blocked across. But yeah, Bagels, they've definitely settled down quite a bit after the first 2 kickoff goals. It seemed like we were heading into another Game 1, but maybe we're heading into another Game 2 in terms of the score and the pressure wise.
Yeah, I mean, this is a scrappy game 3 at the moment. There's a lot of desperation 50s and challenges coming out. Another one there, as both teams are trying to vie for possession at the moment, and nobody's been able to put a shot on in the last minute and a half. It's just been all a midfield game. As opportunity could be here, but Wiener dodging the bump and sending it away. But it's been a scrappy game 3. I mean, there's a shot registered there, but not threatening at all.
Yeah, and as we approach halfway, who's going to step up and get a good quality one here as Wien into the midfield? Looking for one here off the backboard, dangerous. But you're going to get it out, and the net's wide open. He's just got to tap this one in, and Wien can't get back to it. Yours sends it home, and Gravity takes the lead.
Yeah, I mean, not quite sure where Els was going. I mean, another one of those desperation challenges that honestly didn't need to be made. I'm not sure if he thought somebody was back or maybe thought he could somehow beat the Gravity player to that challenge, but either way, left the net to be open, and there was no way Wiener could get back in time right there.
And now Gravity able to take the lead after that. And another banger here. Wien just able to get to that touch. A little bit dangerous, but he's had the defense there as Arrow going to send it down. Wien trying to get the drop. Oh my goodness, almost hit the angle. Wien put it close, but not going to go. And now Inferno still looking back for it. Els to Wien. Can he put this one in? No, can't connect this time as Els is just harassing. Trying to get some offense here. This one dangerous here. Arrow almost putting it in. Wien coming back. Els now trying to force it in. And Inferno is ramping it up here. Bengals trying desperately to tie this game up.
This is what we saw when they were on Nebula in the grand finals. They tried for all these small ball passing plays right in front of the net. And once again, Gravity just barely holding on. But we have to go back to that infield pass to Els and Wiener. It was honestly should have been a goal. Another save coming out. Wiener, I don't know if he didn't have what the situation was, but that needed to be a goal to tie up this very important and pivotal game 3.
Yeah, this is a very crucial game. Winner will go to match point here in this series as Els. He's trying to make something happen, but they still can as Inferno has just got all the pressure right now. They're just racking up shot after shot as Gravity is panicking, but Inferno is also panicking. Els is running over his teammate here as this one's sent towards the net. Dangerous Wiener almost putting it into his own net as finally Gravity got it clear, but Inferno is right back at it off the backboard now. Look, Goff just desperately jumping, able to make the clear, and now he's on the counterattack. Gravity looking for one more, give himself some security here in this one, but not going to go this time. And now, final 30 seconds of game number 3. Gravity holding on to the lead. And oh my goodness, the pass play, Goff to Yor, and the angle. Gravity taking the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, the first half of this game was scrappy midfield play, and the last half has just been quick counterattacks and passing plays to try and come out. Inferno unsuccessful, but Gravity able to find a counterattack goal of their own. But that one play where all 3 Inferno players were clustered right in front of the Gravity box, somebody just needed to make a decision because all the defenders were on the back foot and flat-footed. If they just put a banger on, once again, another missed opportunity from Inferno, and now they're going to find themselves down a game in the series 2-1.
Yeah, and they're going to be on a match point, about to lose this series unless they can recover. And I think you're exactly right there. That was a huge opportunity as these guys just keeping this ball up, looking for one more. Why not? Why not just throw the last one in there? Give himself the hat trick, stat pad a little bit as he sends this one in. But yeah, I think you're exactly right. That one play, it looked like 2 Gravity defenders. They're just rotating towards their net completely backwards. And then Inferno, that's just going to come back to haunt you there when you just all 3 players just run into each other and no one could take a shot when it could have easily been a goal and would have changed the series because that was before that 3rd goal from Gravity and would have changed the whole complexity of this game.
And again, the shooting percentage, going back to that game 1 form for Inferno, they're only sitting at 1 for 9 in this game 3, and not even that many saves coming out from Gravity. Gravity only coming up with 3 saves, so just a lot of shots that were missing their mark, and maybe even some shots that weren't registered, and some opportunities that went awry. And I mean, definitely not an ideal situation to have all 3 players in the midfield, but I honestly think the infield pass to Wien should have been scored.
Yeah, definitely should have there. They had Inferno really had their opportunities, and they just could not capitalize, and that's why they find themselves down 2-1 in this series. And they're gonna have to look for some more opportunities here as we head into game number 4. Gravity one win away from improving to 4-0 on this young season 4. That's Arrow trying to get something going there, but not gonna happen. As this one's sent back. And I'm already noticing. I think I heard it from Els with the different
Yeah.
car there.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
switched over from the Fennec to the Octane now. And I was gonna say that seemed a little bit strange, seeing Els in the Fennec. At least to start for me, I feel like I've seen him a lot more in the Octane than I have in the Fennec.
Yeah, I was playing with him a little bit yesterday, and I was a bit questionable as to what he was doing in the Fennec. I mean, he played in the playoff match for ROPC and beat Bub good enough. Goff with a great save, but he's using a strange boost. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's some sort of Halloween one, so maybe a little bit of a meme car for Els, but I actually want to bring it to the other side with Gravity here. We talk about Dylan and Goff, but really Yor has been the shooter for this team, although he can't find the touch there.
Oh,
As Arrow just somehow this one's almost going in, but Dylan coming up with a big save. But yeah, Yor finding a championship win actually with Bubbly and RSC, and he's just a solid shooter himself and no slouch on this Gravity team either.
and that one almost went in the net. I do not know how that ball was saved away, but yeah, I think that's something. No, we talk about Dylan and Goff, but you're a very solid player. Obviously, in this one, he stepped up in the last game as well, and now he's looking to help carry his team in this one to a victory. Just need one more game here as Inferno. They've had quite a few shots early on, but Gravity looking for a counterattack. Els getting up to this one, finding the block. Goff one-on-one with Ween. Ween, he's just looking for him. He's going to wipe him off the map. Oh my goodness, Ween just taking him out. Yeah, able to put that one right on there. And 1-0 now for Inferno. A great start as they're looking to force game 5 here. On that one, Dylan, dangerous again on the kickoff. Another demo comes out, Arrow. Can he find it? He's looking for it towards the net. Arrow is just going to put it in. Inferno is coming back strong in this one.
My computer has stopped molding, and just in time for Arrow to get another good double attempt. He couldn't quite find the one a minute ago, but able to secure that one. And now Inferno in the driver's seat for this game 4.
Inferno with back-to-back goals, really in rapid succession too. As they're looking for another one, a huge miss comes out. Arrow, he wasn't ready for that one either. As now, just about halfway in this game, might be looking for game 5 alert here. As Els gonna flick it by one, just got Goff to beat. Goff to the corner, Els patiently waiting, gonna find the touch, setting it up high for his teammate. But Goff with a great clear out to Dylan and Yor, who combined on that one towards the net. Ween barely able to get to it as Goff turn around to keep the pressure. Yor is up, but so is Ween, able to clear that one away. And still 2-0 in favor of Inferno. Looking for another one there, but Dylan gonna get the clear way. Els, he dives quick, but that could be deadly here as Ween, he's trying to rush back, but he can't get to it. And Els overcommitted, makes them pay there. Dylan sends it home.
Yeah, and actually, that was another desperation challenge coming out from Els as third man, and they've gotten scored on twice now like that in this series, but part of the blame is going to go on Arrow as well for rushing that infield pass. He should have recognized that that wasn't a quality scoring opportunity, as Els may have thought he should have been forced to take that challenge sitting in that 1v3.
Yeah, I was just about to correct myself there. Yeah, Els, he kind of had to dive in on that one. He was the last man back, and it was going to be very dangerous for him. But they're able to, Gravity's able to get a goal here, and Inferno holding on for now. But what can they do in the final minute 36 to hold on? Els on the dribble, gonna bait out Arrow here. Again, a couple times now, Bagels, we've seen that a little bit of the lack of chemistry, obviously early in the season, but there's been a couple awkward plays like that where the passing plays just don't quite work out and ends up sending a teammate flying.
Yeah, Arrow's definitely more of a solo player, not much of a team-oriented play style, so a little bit hard to work him into the rotation, whereas both Ween and Els are very solid in their rotation and play style. They don't necessarily have the greatest mechanics, but they're always in the right spot at the right time and are known to pull off a few good plays every now and then, but they mainly focus on those small ball passing plays and the correct positioning, and Arrow sometimes can throw that one off, as here he is again rushing into the third, and Els has to find a desperation 50, as that was almost another open net goal right there.
And final 30 seconds, Inferno just has to hold on here in this one, as Els going to find a clear, but Gravity been oh so dangerous all season long so far. They're looking to tie this one up as Arrow's in the air with a flip reset. Not much to go with that one is Dylan. Just going to take possession, flicking it by Els. Ween, last man back. Dylan, he erases him off the map, and Goff is just going to let it go in. Dylan ties it up.
Goff giving the stats that truly belong to Dylan. Good flick and good bump, and nothing Wiener can do. And again, now Gravity was the one who was at fault for these overcommits early in the series, but now Inferno, Game 3, Game 4, they're just pushing a little bit too hard on this offense, and their third man, even their second man, is just aggressively pushing up too far when there wasn't really an opportunity to start in the final 20 seconds there.
Oh, that one almost hit into the net, and Gravity has one more opportunity, but Arrow going to send it down. You're trying to set it. That was almost dangerous, but we're going to head to overtime here in game number 4, Bagels. Inferno, after blowing the 2-goal lead, they've got to be feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, I mean, I had my money on Gravity to start this whole series, but certainly would love to see this one go to a Game 5, and plenty capable from Inferno. It's got to get one more play to come out, as the Gravity defense has been a little bit suspect here. Although another big whiff from the second man from Inferno, and the net is completely open.
Oh, no way!
Didn't want to score. I'm not sure what that was. They thought they had more time. As Els on the fake, but again, these overcommits from Inferno, and I don't even know where the third man was.
I have no idea. I was as surprised as you were. The net was wide open, and Gravity, maybe even more surprised than the net being wide open, they just didn't hit it in. I'm just, my mind is blown right now, Bagels.
I don't know, but either way, similar to the Game 2 overtime, another opportunity that went awry for Gravity is going to allow Inferno to get back in this game. And we'll have to see if Inferno can win the overtime just like they did in Game 2. But another missed opportunity, and finally, Dylan will put in the shot.
Oh my, Inferno had so many opportunities here to somehow squeak this game away, and you're off the post to Dylan, and finally it goes in, but it definitely made it interesting there. Gravity did, able to take the series 3-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Goff what was going on there for Gravity, because there was honestly a little bit of moldage on both sides there. Inferno's defense just completely uncoordinated, and Gravity missing quite a few shot opportunities, and just I'm not even sure what was going on really in the final seconds there, but able to scrape by another goal there, and they will move on to be 4-0 here in Titan League.
Yeah, and again, I mean, another huge performance. Dylan, he was the player of the week from week 1, and he stepped up huge there. I think 800 score in that last game. Really just popped off in that one. A great performance from him and Gravity. I mean, again, they're looking so dangerous right now, Bagels, and, take down Inferno like that. I mean, Inferno, they kept it close. They had their opportunities to force a Game 5, but, at the moment, Gravity, they're just looking like the head of the field right now.
Yeah, I honestly think the front runners are Gravity and Pinnacle at the moment, with maybe Inferno and
Grandmasters.
And maybe even Dragons, Grandmasters, somewhere in that 3, 4, 5 spot. But at the moment, I see Gravity and Pinnacle being number 1 and 2. And honestly, like I said, I think the grand final should have been Gravity instead of Pinnacle, but both teams super solid.
Yeah, definitely Gravity looking good here. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to keep our eyes open. I know the Grandmasters have still been doing good, and they actually just took another win today, 3-2 win over Dissolution. So I believe they're 4-0 as well. So we're going to have to keep our eyes up on those two teams, both in the Western Conference. They're going to have to play each other again. But Gravity taking home the victory, moving to 4-0 on the season. Congratulations to them. But we are going to move on to our next matchup. Quick, before we head to break, huge shout out to Fishy RL for the 8-month sub. Gave the Nemesis a big brain emoji. Much love to Fishy there for that one. Gravity taking home the victory. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes with our second matchup of the night. This time, we are heading over to the Rival League, where our rival is taking on Grave Lords in an Eastern Conference showdown. We're going to have to see who's going to be able to take home the victory. That one is coming up in just a couple minutes, so stay tuned, stick around, get those predictions in for the next series, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.